Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be looking at the actual architecture of building lasting wealth. Think about how a master builder constructs a skyscraper. You would literally never, ever start by building the penthouse suite, right? Obviously, you got to start at the bottom. Actually, a surprisingly high percentage of self-made millionaires didn't start by taking some massive leap into the unknown. They actually built their wealth while working full-time. So here's the thing. You cannot build the glorious sky-high roof of financial freedom without first pouring a deep, heavy, and totally stable concrete foundation. And for most of us, that concrete foundation is actually your current 9-to-5 job.
So, are you feeling trapped in the rat race? Are you scrolling through social media right this very second, looking at people living their absolute best lives and feeling completely tempted to just march into your boss's office and escape right now? Well, hold that thought. Before you pack up your desk, we really need to have a serious conversation about what actual risk looks like. Because look, there is a massive internet myth out there, and you see it literally everywhere. It's this incredibly romanticized idea that you need to just burn the boats, quit your job immediately, and let sheer desperation drive you to get rich. But the data, it tells a starkly different story. True financial architects follow a completely different rule. Get solid before you get risky. The whole benefit of fixing your finances isn't just about having a bigger bank account. It's about creating that rock-solid financial ground underneath you so you can actually afford to take those life-changing risks.
Section 1. The Financial Freedom Myth. Survival isn't freedom. Okay, let's dive into this. We really need to define what a lack of freedom actually looks like. If your entire paycheck disappears every single month, and you're spending literally 100% of your income just keeping your head above water, the stress is immense. You don't actually have the freedom to experiment. Your paycheck is entirely spoken for by your monthly bills, food, transportation, and just your basic needs. You simply cannot afford to try out a new business idea, or invest in a secondary income stream, or take any calculated risk, mostly because mere survival is actively draining all of your resources. There is just zero margin for error here. In this incredibly fragile survival state, just one unexpected car repair, one surprise credit card bill, or one random medical expense can absolutely knock everything over. When your structure is this delicate, taking a leap isn't a calculated risk at all. It's just gambling with your livelihood. Section 2. Master your 9-to-5 first. Carry your life first. So let's slow things down for a moment and look at the alternative. Before you try to replace your job, you absolutely must make your job strong enough to support you. You need the psychological relief of knowing that your primary income stream is robust enough to handle your day-to-day life and all those unexpected expenses that inevitably pop up. You got to become intensely intentional about where your money goes. Cut those unnecessary expenses, eliminate the extra debt, ruthlessly reduce those forgotten monthly subscriptions, and work to lower your core monthly bills. Sometimes, honestly, it might even mean swallowing your pride and picking up a temporary second job just to eliminate those credit card balances faster.
So, the crucial point is this. The objective here isn't to stay dependent on your 9-to-5 forever. No way, that's not the goal at all. The objective is simply to make that primary income stream stable enough that you aren't forced into making desperate decisions. Your very first financial victory isn't $1 million. It's just breathing room.
Section 3. Creating the growth gap. Money for growth. Once you actually achieve that breathing room, we enter the most exciting phase of this explainer. Your finances stabilize and a massive shift happens. Your money stops being consumed entirely by your daily survival, and it starts becoming available for actual growth. And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic that takes over. You still have your slices for bills and needs, obviously, but because you've mastered your 9-to-5 and lowered your expenses, a brand new third slice opens up. Instead of every extra dollar just going toward another past due bill, you're redirecting that money into a growing third category. We call this new gap your opportunity fund. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's the precious space between what you earn and what you spend. And this money, well, this can now be safely deployed. You can use it to invest in the tools you need, further education, advertising for a side hustle, or literally whatever legitimate new opportunity you're pursuing. You are no longer trying to build a business while simultaneously trying not to starve. Section 4. Build your exit strategy. Replace your income. Let's move to and see how this builds a completely new financial reality. Because you took the time to pour that concrete foundation, you are now building the walls of your new business from a position of absolute strength, not desperation. The goal isn't just to make a few extra bucks on the side. The goal is to make these additional income streams strong enough to eventually replace your main job. Now, every single dollar has a specific job. Your 9 to 5, that pays for your life right now. Your surplus money or opportunity fund, that builds your future. And those newly developing income streams, they're what will create your eventual freedom. You've successfully separated your survival from your ambition, which is just incredibly powerful.
This changes the entire game. Why? Well, because you're no longer asking your new business to immediately save you. New businesses are super fragile. If you demand that a brand new idea pays your rent on day one, you're going to suffocate it with pressure. But with your foundation fully in place, you're giving your ideas the time and the space they actually need to grow and flourish organically.
Section 5. Solid before you get risky. Foundation first. The biggest mistake people make, the one that literally ruins financial dreams every single day, is trying to escape the job before they've built the financial foundation that grants them the actual freedom to do so. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the strict chronological order of operations here. You cannot skip these steps. Step 1, fix your finances by mastering your day job. Step 2, create that breathing room and open up your opportunity fund. Step 3, use that fund to safely build additional income. And only then, at step 4, do you replace the 9 to 5. It is a calculated, step-by-step march toward true independence.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one absolutely critical question to ask yourself today. Take a hard look at your own finances, look at your primary income, and ask yourself, is your foundation strong enough for your next big risk? Make sure your concrete is set before you start building your walls. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I highly encourage you to really evaluate your foundation today.